G'day, welcome back. Been a while, but here we are, Nepal trek number 7. Before we start this leg from Pheriche, I'll take you back to where we started from Jiri. Hello again. We're now in Pheriche. While the others were fit and healthy, I unfortunately had a spate of diarrhea overnight, and by the morning I still wasn't feeling very good. Of note here, while Nepal is doing very well, it is very important to exercise a high level of personal hygiene. Somewhere, somehow, I slipped up. Today we have a long 20-kilometre trek to Namche. On the simple map, the plan is to follow the trekking highway back passing Dingbochi, Pangbochi and Tingboche. Then in the afternoon it's a longer stretch down, then up and along to Namche itself. These goat-like animals are Himalayan tahr. They are native to some mountainous parts of Nepal and India. Tahr were introduced into New Zealand near Mount Cook in the South Island in 1904. With no predators and plenty of alpine plants to feed on, tahr quickly multiplied. The following pictures of New Zealand Himalayan tahr are typical, and in large numbers they have been responsible for large negative effects upon fragile alpine ecosystems over large parts of the Southern Alps. Today, numbers are managed by both recreational hunters and periodic government culling operations by helicopter. Tahr are remarkably fast and agile on steep, rugged terrain, and unlike here in Nepal where they are protected, in New Zealand they are extremely wary of humans. Bull tahr are prized as trophies by local and tourist hunters alike, as they have impressive horns, a thick coat and a striking lion-like mane. Moving on down the trekking highway, there is a significant climb before reaching Tingboche and the impressive monastery. With an upset tummy still, my energy tank took a major hit. Lunch at a flash bakery was a chance to rest and take in some food, only managing to stomach a few shortbread biscuits. After a quick tour of the monastery, it was a long afternoon trek towards Namche. Feeling absolutely exhausted, I was glad to finally arrive back at Namche Bazaar and to our night stop once again at Navarro home. First port of call for all of us was a welcome hot shower. While showering, I really struggled to feel warm. Clearly I had a fever of some kind. I did feel better later on though, after managing to hold down some good food for dinner. With only one night here, the healthy others went out on the town, while I stayed put, hoping I would wake in the morning feeling a lot better. Last trekking day and feeling much better, thank heavens. Breakfast on the balcony was followed by a final group photo with the world famous resident Kanja Sherpa. In his 90s, Kanja is the last surviving member of Sir Ed's and Tenzing Norgay's first successful ascent of Mount Everest in 1953. Employed as a high-altitude porter, he went on to support many other expeditions in his climbing career. Be sure to catch up with him when you start Navarro home, a great place to stay. Be sure also to check out Kanja's book, an inspiring read. It tells you about Kanja's tough early life, living in poverty when finding enough food was a universal challenge. Buying the book supports the Kanja Sherpa Foundation. It was truly a delight to meet Kanja, and for me it was a significant highlight of our trek. Moving on, Pemba leads the way once more on our last day trekking back to Lukla. Yeah, Joe. Today it was Joe struggling after a long night on the town.
मान्छे छैन खाली
It was so good to catch up with Grant and Roger again after having to withdraw earlier on. They ended up recuperating back in Napchi and only arrived here at our Lukla night stop just yesterday.
Yesterday it was Roy in first gear, and today it's Joe being in half a gear.
On the cards now was our final dinner and to celebrate. Speaking, Grant thanked our porters greatly for their unwavering service. Beers and food was on us, as well as a healthy parcel of money that he had organised for them. Pemba and Dawa had been our gods. Nothing was any problem. It was so good for all of us to celebrate that and to pay them well accordingly. We're off to Lukla Airport. And the first thing we encounter is these characters wrapped up in plastic. Actually, in just 8 days' time, it's the 70th anniversary of Hillary and Tenzing's first ascent of Mount Everest. Now, I can confirm their true identity. No trek is complete to Everest Base Camp without experiencing a flight in or out of Lukla Airport, also known as Tenzing Hillary Airport. It was first built and opened in 1964, and it wasn't paved in Tasil until 2001. Its runway length at just 527 metres is very short, and sitting at an altitude of 2,859 metres, surrounded by high mountainous peaks, it's very difficult for aircraft to be able to generate enough thrust for a go-around safely. So once committed, it has to land regardless of external factors, which can be very challenging. That's why this airport is regarded as one of the world's most dangerous. Flights can be frequently affected by adverse weather, sometimes for several days. Actually, only 2 flights were able to leave yesterday because of persistent fog. So today, a much better day, is going to be a catch-up day. Before the airport, trekkers had to trek for several days to reach the Everest region, using the same route we took from Jiri. Today, Lukla Airport is a busy gateway for tourist trekkers, and since its inception, it has had a large positive impact on the local economy. It has also greatly improved the safety of any trek in the region, mainly due to the greatly improved accessibility to medical supplies and personnel, also providing a means for emergency evacuation, especially for those suffering from life-threatening altitude sickness. Easy as. Our flight was scheduled early, but because of the backlog, we waited several hours in the terminal before finally seeing our plane to Kathmandu loading from the terminal window, while yet another leaves in the background. Not long after takeoff, we pass over a very familiar landscape featuring the new road that we trekked on. It had been carved out by the digger we encountered on day 6 between Karakola and Payon. Note how steep it is on the right side, where you can see how far the road has progressed, with lots of earth and rocks over the side. Very soon I think this road will go all the way to Lukla. However, I'm sure hope it doesn't go any further than that. From the air, it's interesting to note that Nepal is indeed a mountainous country, but its size is small, being about the same as the South Island of New Zealand. However, with a population of nearly 30 million, it is 30 times larger. This is very evident below as we pass over. There are roads, tracks, houses and villages everywhere across the landscape. We are now honing in on Kathmandu Airport after having to wait and circle for some time to allow for a broken down plane to be cleared off the runway with what I understand is a collapsed front wheel assembly. Big bull there on the side of the road.
Bull on the road. Yeah. The two bulls on the road.
It's nearly the end of our epic trip and we are back at the famous Shankar Hotel. Simply amazing and incredible value. Well worth your consideration if Nepal is on your radar. If so, on reflection, I recommend that you arrive in Nepal healthy and reasonably fit. Aim to stay healthy by exercising good hygiene. Don't drink the water unless it has been treated or boiled first. Avoid eating meat or uncooked vegetables. Walk slow when gaining altitude. Rest often and no racing. Schedule plenty of rest days to acclimatise. Take Dimox to help reduce the risk of life-threatening altitude sickness. Seek and take advice from your Sherpa guides. They are the experts. Don't try to be a hero. Employ porters to lighten your load. And above all, support the local Nepalese economy and local people along the way where you can. They really deserve it. They are amazing people. Finally, on behalf of our trekking team, this part completes the story of our bucket list trek. As I have said before, I am no expert here, but if I have inspired you to follow us on our journey, then I am truly honoured. To conclude, this is us starting from Jiri, and this is us relaxing by the pool back at the Shankar Hotel. A perfect end to a great trek. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers.